Good morning, Lower School. Happy Spirit Day, happy Friday. Can you wish all of our guests a happy Friday this morning? Happy Friday. This is a very full assembly program. I'm going to keep my remarks fairly brief. And part of the reason that it is a very full assembly program is that this is our second to last assembly of the school year, which is really hard to believe that we're already at this point. So as we're approaching the close of the year, I want to bring us back to the beginning of the year. You might not realize this, but your teachers and I spend a tremendous amount of time in August and September talking about the first 6 weeks of school. So we do all of these things in the first 6 weeks of school to make sure that we're setting up our community, to make sure that we're welcoming everyone in and making sure all of you feel included and a sense of belonging, to make sure we're setting everything up well academically. So I just want to bring us back down memory lane a little bit to how we started the year. Do you remember starting our year with hopes and dreams and classroom agreements? And you've probably revisited those throughout the year. So that's one of the ways that we really intentionally set up our community. And then do you remember the power of yet? Talking about that at assembly and thinking about the things that you can't do yet. And if you think back to September when you started school, there are probably a lot of things you couldn't do yet that you can do right now, which is really amazing. You should think about all of your accomplishments. And then we talked about the learning pit and how learning sometimes feels really tough and gritty and how we have to be able to push through that. We talked a lot about gratitude. And you took the time throughout the year to think about things you're grateful for. Let's pause right now to have a moment of gratitude. Everyone put something in your head, something in your heart, maybe something from this school year that you're grateful for. Take a deep breath in. Nice exhale out. Let's root ourselves in gratitude. And throughout the year, we've constantly revisited our core values. So here's what's crazy. We spent all that time thinking about the first 6 weeks of school, and as of Monday, we will be entering the last 6 weeks of school. So the reason I wanted to revisit all of this with you today, the reason I want you thinking about this is because we want to put the same intention into how we close the school year as we did in the beginning of the school year. So I want you to keep these country school values right at the forefront of your mind during these last 6 weeks, because the last 6 weeks are so busy. Give me a connection sign if you have a major project you're working on in your classrooms right now. Yep. Every grade level has something really big that they're working on for their culminating moments that you're going to share with your families. There's a lot that's going to happen. We're going to have concerts. We're going to have closing assembly. There's a lot that's going to be prepared for, but we need to keep this at the forefront of our minds and our hearts, that we're being kind to one another, that we're being courageous and curious in our learning, and that we're keeping our sense of community at the forefront. Okay, as I said, we have a lot to get to today. There's a ton of student voice in this assembly. I know many of you are sharing. Can you all give our announcers a big round of applause as we welcome them?
Welcome to Lower School Assembly.
My name is Lily Kocullen.
I'm Caroline Leach.
My name is Huck Dickinson.
I'm Estelle Filkov.
I'm Henry Wilcox.
I'm Chelsea Sime.
To start us off today, first graders Finn and Caroline would like to share some interesting facts.
A dolphin can get to be 7 to 8 feet long. Dolphins swim in a group. The group is called a pod. Dolphins have 5 fins, one on the dolphin's back, one on the dolphin's left side, one on the dolphin's right side, and one on the tail. Dolphins eat shrimp and fish.
Dolphins help one another. Dolphins can raise flags, ring bells, shake hands, and bat balls. Dolphins can paint. Dolphins live all over the world.
Thank you for being our first share, Finn and Caroline.
I have a joke. How does the dolphin alphabet go?
A, B, C, D, E. I have another joke. Where do poems come from?
Trees?
It's actually poetry.
Second graders have been working on their poetry. Let's welcome Teddy, Ollie, and Bobby from 2B.
Sports, fun, competitive, running, writing, kicking, bat, stick, goals, field, sweating, jumping, sprinting, hard, easy, soccer ball.
My skin tone. My skin tone is as bright as the sun, like fresh peaches. My freckles are like specks in the sand at the beach. My skin is white like the inside of a tree. My skin is like waffles from the toaster. My skin is golden as the sun as it reflects off of the water from the sky.
Hockey Pals by Teddy Kilcon. Passing the puck, people circling around the net, happening every week, people getting hurt almost every game, people having fun, and that's the good thing.
Thank you, Teddy, Ollie, and Bobby. Let's welcome Liv, Lindley, and Ben from 2D.
USA by Ben Del Percio. A map goes east, north, south, or west, but what I like is the United States. You could start down in Tampa, make your way up to Atlanta, then travel west to Tennessee. Then if you're feeling hungry, go to KFC. Then you should drink the Mississippi River just to wash it down. Then if you want to ski, head on over to Denver, that's the place to be. Then if you're feeling cold, head on over to Salt Lake City, get in those hot springs. Then if you're feeling beat, just one last ride over the Golden Gate. Then you may go home. Good night, USA.
Tree by Liv Bartolo. Tree, small, big, the size of tree you pick. I pick big, you pick small, whatever tree, tree for all. The blue hole. Splash, splash. Everyone jumping into the minty blue water. Splash, splash. My turn, I said. Oh no, it was so high. I took one step back, but I took a step in. I won't let it stop me and splat. I cannonballed into the warm water.
Thank you. That was great. Now let's welcome Jack, James, and Sam from 2C.
Air by James Wilburn, spelled by Rachel M. Reynolds. Air is rushing with enormous energy, up and down, side to side. Air is everywhere, in your town, in my house, on the lawn. It is there. You may not see it, but it is there.
Snow Globe by Jack Wilcox. A snow globe is like a village with people living inside of it, and when you shake it, snow falls. Writing by Sam Alley, inspired by Rachel M. Reynolds. Words jumbled in my mind, don't know what to write. Finally thought of something. Oh no, end of class.
Thank you, Jack, James, and Sam.
I remember writing poetry in second grade.
I remember doing that too.
I have another joke. Why did the portrait go to jail?
'Cause he ate the last donut?
Because he was framed. Speaking of art, fourth graders will now show their superhero art projects.
In art, fourth graders have been working on superhero drawings.
First, we had to think of problems that we would like to solve.
Next, we invented a character with superpowers that would get the job done.
Then we drew a picture to tell the story. That is called an illustration.
Here are a few illustrations of helpful actions that we would like to see happen.
Can you guess what's happening here? She controls the wind and air to stop planes from crashing.
How about in this picture? He is saving penguins by refreezing glaciers.
Or in this one, he is shooting water from his paws to stop wildfires.
Or in this one, she is turning broken, abandoning buildings into green forests.
Or in this one, he is dunking plastic waste to clean the environment.
In this one, she is using her special net to remove plastic from the ocean.
And finally, this one, he cooks steak and lobster for hungry people in need.
There. Okay, whatever.
Thank you for sharing.
What are you all doing?
Don't you remember studying planets in third grade? I remember mine. It was Mercury.
I had Jupiter.
Me too.
I had Uranus.
Me too. And I had Neptune. Speaking of space, here are some third graders to present their planet commercials. Please welcome Vesper, Mary Caroline, and David.
Hi, I'm Vesper and I'm going to tell you about Jupiter and reasons you should visit. Jupiter is twice as massive as all the other planets combined. There will be lots of things to explore. Jupiter is the oldest planet, forming from the dust and gases left over from the sun's formation 4.6 billion years ago. It will be very cool to explore things the sun left behind on Jupiter billions of years ago. One of Jupiter's moons is called Ganymede. If you want to add to your trip, you should totally visit it. Jupiter has the shortest day in the solar system, taking about 9.9 hours to spin around once on its axis. If you want your days to go fast, come visit Jupiter. Thanks for listening. I hope you come visit soon. Hi. Pluto by Mary Caroline Creighton. Hello, I'm Mary Caroline and I am offering you a free trip to Pluto. I'm going to tell you why Pluto is a great vacation spot. Pluto is actually closer to the sun than Neptune for 8% of its orbit. If you want a good view of the sun, come then. It's also negative 378 Fahrenheit to negative 395 Fahrenheit. So if the cold is what you like, feel free to come. On Pluto, a day is 153 hours, 6.38 Earth days. Sorry, aliens. There you can stay up for pretty much as long as you want. Pluto has less gravity than Earth. Yes, I offended you again, aliens. You can float on Pluto. Hope to see you on Pluto!
Hello, I am an astronaut, and it's almost time to leave for Neptune. Let me tell you a little bit about Neptune. There are very strong winds on Neptune. It's never had a human before. It is the third to biggest planet. If you like the cold, then Neptune is key. The coldest planet is the best planet for ice skating. It's an ice giant. Sledding is the best there. Thanks. It's been a lovely time seeing you. Oh, that's my plane. I better go. Thanks for learning about a little bit about Neptune. Bye. Hello.
Great job, Vesper, Mary Caroline, and David.
Now let's welcome Rowan and Oscar from 3R to share their narrative stories.
The Best Race Ever by Oscar Keneally. It was the Otis Ridge ski race at Otis Ridge Ski Mountain, and I had no idea it would be the best day ever. My sister Rita and I got first lift. Rita and I are on the race team for Otis Ridge. How do you think you're going to do? Rita asked me. I'm going to be on the fastest on the mountain, I responded. Once we got to the top, we met up with our team and started the inspection, which Coach Chad led. The race started and I was in line when Coach Chad came up to me and said, "You got this, bro." When I got in the starting gate, I felt the wind blowing and heard my friends cheering. The course was so icy when I went, but I still managed to shin 5 gates. When I crossed the finish line, I was in first place. I was the fastest on the mountain so far, but Rita beat my time. Her time was 32.81, and my time was 36.18. The next person on our team to go was my friend Noah. Sadly, he fell, but got back up without missing any gates. After Noah was my other friend, Kyoki. He did great. When he crossed the finish line, he was in first place for his age group. After everyone went, we all went up to the race room and ate meatballs. I had 3 servings. They were delicious. Then we went up the T-bar and were getting ready for the second race. The second race went by in a blur. I stayed in first place. Noah moved up from 5th place to 2nd place. Kyoki stayed in first place, and Rita was still the fastest on the mountain. After a while of skiing, it was time for awards. When they called my name for first place, I went to the top of the podium and smiled big. "Great job," my best friend Atticus said and gave me a high five. Kyoki got first place and Noah got second. Rita got a giant belt that said "Best on Hill." It was the best day ever at Otis Ridge.
Mew got out of the house, April 2025, by Rowan Violet Nemec. Today I saw a mystery. It was an open door in my house. I thought my dog was outside, but she wasn't outside. I thought again. My cat was outside. I saw the back door open. I ran downstairs. "Oh no, Mommy, Mew's out," I said with a chill in my voice. Me and my mom went upstairs, out the back door, and went outside. "Mew!" I screamed. I saw glowing eyes sniffing garbage. I whispered, "Mew?" "Hiss," it replied. It was a raccoon. "Eek," I screeched. And I ran inside crying. I heard the cat crying, and I thought, "Is Mew in trouble?" I felt as if I was rotting away. I was disappearing. "Meow," said something from inside. It was Mew. I was on the couch. Mew climbed up on the couch and sat on me, warming up on my lap. "Did you find her?" Mom asked me. I said yes. And I said Mew was inside for the whole entire time. I wondered what that noise was I heard when then I thought, never mind. that, at least I have Mew at my house cuddling on my lap. After that, nobody left the door open again.
Thank you, Rowan and Oscar. Now let's welcome Penelope and Henry from 3S.
Going to Utah by Penelope Moberly. It was Thursday and tomorrow was Friday, the day we were going to Utah. In Utah, I plan to ski a lot. I'm a pretty good skier. Penelope, I hear my mom call. Are you all packed? Oh no, I thought. I haven't even started. I was so excited to go, I thought I might pop. My suitcase was full of dust. I started to pack. Getting to Utah is rough because you have to get in a car for an hour to get to the airport. Next, you go through security to get on the plane, and finally the plane ride is 5.5 hours, and you drive for another hour to get to the hotel. By the time you get there, it's nighttime. Getting there is not fun, but the activities there are going to be awesome. Time to go to bed, I hear my mom call. I had to wake up super early to get in the car to the airport. Suddenly, my little sister came in, Olive, with her blonde hair pulled back into a ponytail, said, "You know when you pranked me last week? I'm going to get you back." Then she backed out of my bedroom, acting all creepy. I was not going to get scared, so I went to bed. The next morning, I woke up at 6 o'clock and got dressed. I was ready to go to Utah, but my suitcase was not on the floor where I left it. I had noticed something else weird. No one was downstairs. That's odd, I thought. But I started to eat breakfast. As I started to eat, I noticed a sound like talking, someone saying, "Oh yeah, Penelope is already in the car. Olive." I rushed out the door, and they were already pulling out of the driveway. I ran and I ran and I ran to the front of the car. The driver stopped, and my little sister laughed. I got in the car, and my mom said, "What happened?" "Olive told us you were in the back." And then she looked at Olive. They had a long chat, and this is what I heard. "But Mom, I just want to get Penelope back for tricking me." "Oh, honey, I get it, but we almost left Penelope." Olive apologized, and we were on our way to Utah.
I heard the hard crunching of the gravel on my ATV when I heard a soft crying meow. I came to a halt. I looked all around my grandparents' ranch in Kansas for what made that noise. I looked down and I saw a furry white and black cat purring against me. 3 more followed. Soon 4 cats were purring against me. I just had to name them. Every day I saw their personalities and I studied them. Finally, I came up with names based on what they like to come outside. I named them Starlight, Midday, Midnight, and Dusk. When they were not outside, they liked to hang out with me. Sometimes I liked to play with them. We played chase, hide and seek, and we even had a lay down time. Other times, they liked to nibble on my gloves. All of their personalities made them special. Starlight was small and strong, Midday was big and smart, Midnight was middle-sized and particular, and who I think was the best, Dusk. He had a light black cover with white spots. He was caring and loving, and that's what made him my favorite. "How are you?" I would ask. I always knew how they were feeling, even if they didn't respond. They were always hungry, even if I gave them 20 treats. Back at my grandparents' house. "Thanks, Mom," I said as she gives me some more food. After dinner, we played cards while we ate pie. It was pumpkin. We watched a movie, then went to bed. I woke up and got ready to see the cats, but when I opened the door, Midday was there. That was a surprise because Midday usually comes out at, well, midday. I said, "What are you doing here?" She answers with, "Meow." I hopped on my ATV and she hopped on too. I went to the horse barn where the rest of the cats were. We had our daily routine, then I went back to the house, but I heard something. I turned back really fast. I didn't see anything, but when I was about to go through the door, I saw Dusk step into the light. Then all of the rest of the cats came out. I was so surprised. Back at the house, "Mom," I called. "Yes." She said, "Can cats see in the dark?" I asked. "Yes." "Do you know how they do that?" "No." "Can you look it up?" "No." "Why not?" "Because." "Aw, man, just please." "No." "Please, please, please, please." The answer is no. "It's not fair." "It's not fair," I mumbled to myself. I stormed up to my room with my feet stomping on the carpeted stairs. The next morning, I woke up and took a shower and got ready to see the cats. When I got there, Dusk was missing. I looked everywhere for him. I was so sad. I was full of despair. 2 days later, I found Dusk with a female cat. Then I knew what happened. Dusk must have mated, and I named the mate of Dusk Light.
Thank you, Penelope and Henry.
The fourth grade read the book Love That Dog by Sharon Reach. We are proud to share the original poems inspired by So Much Depends Upon by Walter Dean Myers. As featured in Love That Dog by Sharon Reach, just like in the book, we explored how simple words can express deep feelings in powerful images. We hope our poems help you see the beauty in everyday moments, just as we have.
Please welcome Scarlett, Henry, Caroline, and Theo from 4S to share their poems.
Fire. So much depends upon a warm, cozy fire. Bright sparks, flames beside the couch.
Cookies. So much depends upon a warm chocolate chip cookie, fresh from the oven, crispy edges, gooey insides.
So much depends upon a slow song with words that can.
So much depends upon a good chicken cutlet, covered with crispy brown breadcrumbs on my smooth, white, shiny plate. Thank you, Scarlett, Henry, and Caroline, and Theo for sharing.
On Tuesday, the third graders went to Ellis Island. I remember seeing the Statue of Liberty close by.
I remember finding my ancestor's name on the wall.
I remember when we went inside the Great Hall. It was very grand.
I remember taking quizzes that people had to take to immigrate. I did so badly.
I really enjoyed the experience. Now let's hear from Bo, Winston, Morgan, Finley, Riley, and Zach to tell us more about their visit. As third grade wraps up our immigration unit, we've explored the hopes and hardships of those who came to America.
Now we brought history to life by stepping into the shoes of immigrants ourselves.
Through our reenactment of Immigration Day last week, we experienced the journey full of questions, inspections, and uncertainty.
It helped us understand just how brave and determined these people truly were.
Each of us took on a unique identity and imagined what it felt like to start a new life.
It reminded us how diverse stories shape the American experience.
Then this past Tuesday, we walked the very halls where millions once stood Ellis Island.
Being there made history feel real, powerful, and deeply moving.
From the registry room to the exhibits, we saw the struggles and successes of countless families.
We gained a new respect for the journey of immigrants past and present.
This unit taught us more than facts. It gave us empathy, perspective, and connection.
We'll carry these stories with us, just like those who came seeking a better future.
Thanks for sharing, third graders.
I'm getting hungry. What did the frog order at McDonald's?
Chicken McNuggets.
A Big Mac.
French fries and a Diet Coke.
You know where you can get some good food? The Frogtown Fair. Please welcome Ashley, Layla, and Allison to tell us more about it.
Lower school, it's almost time for the most exciting event of the year.
The
Frogtown Fair.
When is the Frogtown Fair? It's coming up soon, Saturday, May 17th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
What is there to do there?
There are pony rides, face painting, crafting, music, games, and cotton candy. My favorite thing is the candy stand, but don't forget to bring your dollar bills because no credit or debit cards are accepted.
I'm really looking forward to trying all the delicious food.
So mark your calendar because the Frogtown Fair is almost here. I can't wait to see everyone there. Bye.
Thank you, Ashley, Layla, and Ellison. Are we done yet? Now I'm really hungry.
Me too. Let's start wrapping this up. But before that, Miss Lindquist has an announcement.
So exciting. Good morning. As probably all of you know by now, we have a book contest inside the front door of the library going on at all times. And last time, and it's 3 books that have something in common. And last time, Mrs. Porter won, so she gets to tell us what she chose or why she chose those books. And there's a lot of right answers around here because I think a lot of you guys know Mrs. Porter pretty well.
The correct answer was that there were chickens on the cover.
All right, here we go.
Finn from 3S.
Before we leave today, let's have a mindful moment together.
Let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouths.
Let's do that again.
And one more time.
Thank you for coming to Lower School Assembly.